It's just different.
Yeah.
You don't know what I've been through. Know what I seen.
You don't know what I seen.
Live your life, not mine. If you know what I mean.
Know what I mean?
You don't know what I've been through. Not mine. If you know what I mean. We don't know. Life is funny things we do to get money. Hardships, hard times. And these days, these situations, they be sticky like honey. If it ain't Corona, they trying to clone ya. What happens to the little girl that went missing from her home? Daddy, leave me alone. I ain't got the answers. Bill Gates got the cure. Make sure he got one for answer. We screaming stop the violence, but who we asking? The killer the same color as the casket. I'm no preacher, spitting hard facts like bleachers. Make America great again. It's only for the rich leeches. Where's Felicia? I guess black reparations went to new prisons and new police substations. For black justice they be debating. We gotta wake up, but I'm going back to back. I'm on one. Cold cases still hot in the hood, cause a nigga that still home, son. I'm my own rapper, but got a new. Young fallen soldiers didn't get a chance to show the world their talents. I'm so focused, trying to save the nation. Hold ahead like a focus. You don't know what I've been through. You don't know what I've seen. Live your life now. You don't know what I've been through.
Yeah.
You don't know what I seen. Live your life, not mine. If you know what I mean. We don't know.
Life is a bitch, and death is a motherfucker. You can't trust a mother, cause people be mother. They stab you in your back and they smile up in your face. They do whatever. Place the population polluted. Robbing and shooting, their mental state been diluted. They owe them all that they booted. Now how you only 17 and you looking 35. It's a wonderful time in this life to be alive. You better get your together, stop wasting your time. Cause time waits for no one, no person, place, or no thing. Yeah, it goes. It goes.
You don't know what I've been through.
It's like that.
You don't know what I seen.
Like that.
Live your life,
like
not mine. If you know. You don't know what I've been through.
Yeah.
You don't know what I seen. Live your life, not mine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They don't
Like
know.
that.
You don't know. You don't know.
Yo, you already know what it is, man. It's your host with the most, man. Phocuz Radio, man. And we do this thing each and every Thursday right here, man, at Beltway Radio and beyond. Right off the Beltway, man. You know, all the exits, man. We everywhere on the Beltway. You hear me? You already know what it is, man. I'm in the building. I am Phocuz Phil. You can follow me on IG at Phil Phocuz. Follow me on Facebook at Phocuz Phil, and that's PHO. Oh, my bad. I'm looking at the PHOCUZ. I'm on them. It's right here, though. And all four of my Twitter fingers out there at Phocuz Radio. It's just that simple. And what did I forget? Oh, Facebook. And Facebook is Phocuz Phil. And we are live right now on Facebook. Or you can catch us on Beltway Radio and Beyond.com, man. It's just that simple. And we do it like that. Make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend. Please share these videos, man, because I'm going back now and I'm just reposting. Because I noticed that Phocuz Radio has given out so much education, man, on so many different topics, man, so many different issues, so many different things. So feel free, man, to just click on it. And if you like it, and you got a small business, and if you can teach us how to get this money, like this guest that we got in here tonight, and like I say, man, you can bring some awareness in a positive way. That's what we do, man, right here on Phocuz Radio. So holla at me. It's just that simple, y'all. Special guest in the building tonight. We got a lot of people out there, man, that's going through these programs, and they purchasing these homes, right? And it's all good. I ain't hating. Everything is all good, man. But you want to make sure that you're secured within your, within your mortgage. You want to know where you're getting your money from. You want to know your interest rates. You want to know what's down the line for 30 plus years. Maybe 35 years. Never know, depending on how you stretch it. So I brought Paul Lancaster with me tonight, and top broker, man, mortgage broker, right here, man, in the DMV area. And maybe even may stretch beyond. I don't know. We're going to get all into it tonight right here with an exclusive interview. And he's co-hosting with us tonight. It wouldn't be, man, it wouldn't be Phocuz Radio if every week we didn't talk about our missing persons. It wouldn't be Phocuz Radio if every week or for the last 5 years, we wouldn't talk about those that have lost their lives through senseless gun violence. And once again, we have a 13-year-old that would have been 14 years old the day after Valentine's Day that just lost his life once again in Southeast D.C. And I brought his dad here with me tonight, just to say a couple of words, not too much, because, man, it's so many different stories of this and that and that and this, and we got so many of these news media and these outlets, right? And a story comes out, but it's always 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different stories. So the dad just wants the truth, so he's not going to speak too much, but just to shed some light on Cordell Williams. And like I say, 13 years old, man, and lost his life in the hands of another youth. And it's sad, playing with the gun. The gun goes off, and there's an adult in the home at this time. And no one is charged, and the gun is not found when the police get there. And it's just crazy to me because as the police, as the law, somebody had the gun. You have a dead 13-year-old. And I hate to say it that way, but it's that real. And nothing is done about it. No charges, no nothing. And then also, man, today we'll report on Karan Blake, who lost his life, 13 years old, and was tampering with vehicles. But we had an angry D.C. resident. And what happened was he actually tried to, I guess, pursue 13-year-old Karan, and he shot up the vehicle that they were in with the other two people that Karan was with, the other two youngins, and then had some type of form of confrontation with Karan, who actually, after the report came out, pleaded for his life and told this guy that he was only, I'm only a kid. I'm only 12 years old, 13 years old. I'm only a kid. Please, please, please. And authorities, man, that's why I say we got to do our research. We got to gather our evidence. We got to know what we talking about. And that's why I respect this man right here, this dad right here, Mr. Calvin, man, as far as doing your research before you throwing the stories out there, dotting your I's and crossing all your T's. And that's what I'm learning right here on Phocuz Radio. Because people will go back and people look at these things, man, and people like, nah, that's bullshit. Nah, that was, what I mean? So have your research, man, and when we dropping these stories out here, man, for all our media outlets, man. But like I say, man, we're gonna get into it because at first I ain't have all the research for that particular story. Then when it broke down, I heard everything. I'm like, wow. And then that just made it worse. When he told you, man, I'm a kid and you have a weapon, you have a gun. He's telling you, I'm a kid So therefore, it's like, man, you know what, Lord, just man, get up out of here. Whatever the case would have. But wow. So just had his funeral January the 25th, and he was 13 years old also. So it's just sad, man. Not even able to get a driver's license, not even a 8th grade homecoming this year, going into the freshman year of high school, not even able to go. I mean, it's just sad. And we got to look at these pictures. And if you care for me, Brian, man, before we go, we get into our next segment, man, I just want to share with my audience, because we don't have a lot of information on this case of Cordell Williams. Yeah, should be. No. No. Okay. So what we're going to do, Paul Lancaster's in the building. Let's clap it up. Switch gears for just a second. Paul Lancaster.
Yes, sir.
Mortgage broker.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Paul, just, briefly, background, Mr. Lancaster.
Been doing this for a while, since got into it in 2005. Actually, worked at a real estate law firm before that as a paralegal, and actually had a real estate license. So that was in 2000, maybe 3. Got into mortgages at around 2005, and worked at a small mom and pop shop out in Rockville. But he taught me everything I know, all the basis, and just been kind of doing it ever since, man.
Okay.
Loving it. Just like anything else, you have your days.
That's the main thing. You said loving it.
Yeah.
So loving what you do.
Loving it.
It's not about the money, but I'm sure you make pretty good money.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's not bad.
Not bad. Give my audience, Paul, the definition of mortgage broker. We pretty much know as far as mortgage, but the broker part of things.
So I'm a loan officer. So a broker probably. I worked for a brokerage before.
Okay.
A mortgage brokerage. So they will shop your loan maybe several different places, trying to find the best deal. I mean, I work for First Heritage Mortgage, and we have investors, so somewhat the same concept. But we just can maybe do it. I don't know if it's easier, but it's where I am now. So we're looking for the best rates for you and for your transaction, and for what we see when you do the application. Everything is based off of what we see and what documentations we get from you, and your credit score. And that's huge in our community, is that a lot of us weren't taught credit, weren't taught money management as kids, and we stumble into our adulthood with the credit issues. And we learn as we go, and we learn by trial and error, a lot of us. So a lot of times I do a lot of seminars with agents and stuff, and credit is a huge thing. It's a huge topic. People always have questions on. I tell everybody had a past, and if you just want to push away from the mistakes you made, credit is a mistake. I mean, credit issues maybe are a mistake, and you can overcome any of them.
My first credit card. My first credit card I got, I burnt that thing up. They gave me like a $5,000 loan. Like a $5,000 credit. Oh, you remember Stone Lake? Yeah. But I messed my, so I done been like, it took me years to get like my credit like at 7 and some change now.
Yeah.
So I've been working on that, so I understand exactly where you're coming from with that one.
Yeah, I tell folks that's an accomplishment.
Yeah.
When I had a lady tell me the other day, in the last 2 or 3 months, she's come up 70-some points. I was like, you need to be doing a dance, to have the wherewithal to want to do it, and then to get it done.
But when they come to you, the credit is already together, right? Or
No. Not sometimes.
sometimes.
So you
Okay.
you get a varying array of clients. Some folks may have 800 scores, and you may get them way well down into the 500s.
Wow. Okay.
That's what I would.
Okay. So the first thing that you're looking for is credit.
Yeah.
After that, any advice that you're giving them if the credit is not good, once you're seeing it, their information, and you're trying to get them to the next step. As far as, like you say, you're the loan officer, so you're
Yeah.
getting the loan for them, shopping around the best
Yeah.
interest rates and
Yeah.
things of that nature. So are you telling them what they need to do maybe to get their credit?
Oh,
in
absolutely.
order?
100%.
And what is the main thing, Paul? Like one of the biggest things as far as when you're telling someone get their help with their credit?
The main things I see are late
Maybe the main things that you see.
are late payments
Okay.
or collections.
Okay.
And yeah, we're like the me and my team. I'd say we like the Navy SEALs. We ain't gonna leave no man behind, man or woman, if you want to do the work.
Okay.
So, whatever we see, we're going to advise you on how to make it better, how to get to the point where we need you to be for you to realize your goal of home ownership. And now it's up to you to do it. So, I tell folks some things are fixed with time. It took you some time to get your credit to where it is. So don't always expect an overnight cure. But we will definitely help you and show you how, run the algorithms, and give you a step-by-step of how to get your credit up.
Fantastic. Now let me ask you, man, how is the housing market right now? After we had COVID, maybe almost 3 years. I mean, loss of jobs. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, we still overcoming.
Absolutely.
I mean, from that.
Absolutely.
I mean, even with the people, Paul, that purchase homes that take their whole life savings to put down for their down payments, on their homes, and they gotta build that back up. You know what I mean? Like we need to know a 6 month to a year plan B, just in case something like that happen again. So that's why I say, what state are we in right now with it?
So, I mean, the state of the market is, obviously we was living our best life during COVID in a sense.
Wow.
As far as the market and the interest rates, 2.5%, 3%. Everybody was loving life as far as that goes, and then all of a sudden, as we started, I guess, coming out of COVID, but it's still here. Interest rates really shot up last year, till the sevens. They were anticipated to even go as high as 8. I don't think we got there, but they're settling down. So we're definitely coming down as far as interest rates go. So I mean, it's it's hard to say because interest rates are based on maybe how much you're putting down, what your credit score is, what type of loan you're doing. So you can't say, people will call me and say, well, what's the rate today? That's almost an impossible question for me to say because there's so many factors. But, we're probably generically in the 5s. So, when you're thinking a couple months ago, you were in the 7s. 5s are looking pretty good. So, for sure.
Hey Phil, you saying where they got the new apartments, the new houses where they building by my house? Look, the last time you wasn't there, when you came and got me, they wasn't there. They threw these things up in 3 months.
Where's that?
Off
That's
Highsville.
Highsville. Okay.
Yeah, Highsville area.
PG?
Yeah.
What's
by
who-
PG.
Do you know the builder?
I
allowed to say
think
that?
it's forgot the name. It's not even open yet. They just threw them
Now,
up.
what's up with that?
Stanley
Paul?
Martin?
I mean, let me tell you, as far as, and I'm glad you mentioned that. As far as the quality of the
Shot
homes,
up.
man, because it's like he said, man.
last
I mean,
year,
you sort of today
seven.
is nothing.
They were anticipated. to-
Tomorrow, I mean, you got a
I don't
whole
think we got there.
community. So the quality of the homes, man. Like
Yeah.
They're going up quick, man. I mean,
So they're going up quick. I mean, you gotta.
So you look at it. I mean,
You gotta think. You're hoping these guys are experts. I mean, I don't get into to really going into the homes like a realtor would and really inspecting quality on either resale or new construction. But you got to think that these guys been doing it. I hope for years and years and years and years, and that you and they do throw them. They do build them quick.
Yeah, they building a whole new community behind Northwestern High School right now. Like them houses where I'm at, that's just the beginning. The rest of that whole field they flattening that down. They about to make a whole like a little fake gated community, and then you got all these apartments right here. Then you got a little ghetto right here. Then you got another ghetto right here. I don't know how is that going to work. Then you starting off at 400.
Yeah. I mean, I can't speak to that. I can't. It's hard to speak to that with the quality.
Speaking on the market.
But listen, speaking on that, right? And we're speaking on these communities, and we're going to speak on DC because the gentrification is going on. We all know this, right?
Yeah.
And these houses are 500,000-600,000, 1.2 million, and the hood is right beside you. This is your house.
And this is the hood.
This is your house.
Well,
and I mean, it's like
we know what's going to happen eventually.
Listen, and no, I'm not degrading the hood at all.
No, but we know what's going to happen eventually.
The values, man.
Oh, yeah.
And but that's what it is, man.
But land is valuable, man. They're not making no more.
Yeah.
What we see is what we got. So people are realizing how valuable the district is.
Yeah.
And the surrounding areas.
So they don't care what's happening.
No. I saw it years ago. I remember when around 2005 and 4 when Capitol Hill was the big thing, and then they were extending it out, and me and some investors were riding around looking and all, and you'd see areas where you just knew certain folks you didn't think you'd see there, and they're walking around pushing baby strollers, and they're pilgrims. They're just coming in and inhabiting, and but everything is fair and open markets now. I mean, it kind of is what it is. If you got it, hold on to it. I would say.
Yeah. You know. If you don't know the right area, if you like somebody coming in town, it's good to know. And then another thing they doing is, I pay attention that they changing a lot of the district names.
Mm-hmm.
So when the people are looking in to coming back, none of the crime rate is showing up.
Oh, yeah, I never even thought about that.
Yes, sir. I peeped that. That's like
So how they do? You said they. So how they?
As you see, they expand in some parts of Hyattsville. Like certain parts of Hyattsville, like certain.
Oh, and you said they
that's
change
like,
the name. They want to be. Yeah, it'll be that little
something,
town, or it'll be
exactly. And they've been doing it. They've been blocking it up and stuff like that's like certain parts of Landover is Hyattsville now.
Yeah.
Like the Sea Plaza area, if you go up towards like Hill Road
It's
and
like
all that
Bowie,
type stuff, that's
Landover.
Hyattsville.
Landover, Bowie.
Exactly. Like
really?
it's all a money grab.
Log over Landover.
It's a hell of a business. I'm saying it's a money grab.
different. It's all about. It's all about the name. It's all about the presentation.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of the old spots have changed. Though. A lot of them never. They have changed.
Yeah.
So they're actually tearing down now.
That's like
A lot of these places we hanging out. Well, not me hanging out, but I'm saying a lot of these places you got people hanging out, standing in front of, and we got that gas. Yeah, they gonna gas your ass. Get your ass up out of there.
See, that's the
they
thing.
shutting it down. I'm telling you, a lot of it's getting shut down.
They are, but they still straggling around some type of way.
Yeah, they are.
They are. I'm trying to tell you.
But
Like,
some stuff we just can't get rid of. I don't think we ever get rid of.
No.
or some things they don't want to get rid of.
Yeah.
It's all.
That's true.
Let me ask you, Paul. What do you think when you hear about crime, right? And I'm gonna take it to another level, like even crime in good neighborhoods, someone gets killed, someone goes missing or a teenager gets shot. And, you know.
Just from a parent's perspective,
Yeah.
I mean, it's heartbreaking.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a grandfather, and I have a grandson and two granddaughters, and they're all little. But the grandson is the oldest, and he's only 6, and I'm terrified for him at times. I mean, and it's terrible because I think about him every single day, and I know he lived. They live locally, and I'm just terrified for him. And it's not even just in this DMV area, but just period.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
I got a
I mean-
6-year-old daughter too.
Yeah, I mean it's terrifying as a parent, and I still think about my kids, but I really think about my grandkids.
So we have 2 dads. Calvin, I mean, your son. How are you feeling right now?
Well, right now I'm more it's not even, it's hard to explain. It's like, it's a 1 minute. It ain't even 1 day at a time for me. It's a 1 minute at a time because I can feel like this is my first time leaving out the house since it happened. Just now, like today. I ain't been out the house since Sunday. So I done had my ups, my downs, and it ain't over. I'm saying it ain't. It just started. Like that's forever. Like
Yeah.
but it's like I was always numb to like death until literally this one, my own. And certain things don't really hit you until you actually see it. And until you
Right.
actually see your kid on the morgue table, or et cetera, or in the casket, or you dropping, and then the memories that you get. And it's like, it's not no explainable feeling that you can possibly say, or actually, which you go through the shakes. I ain't sleeping 3 days. I finally got probably about a couple hours of sleep. So it's a lot of stuff behind it. Looking at videos, pictures, looking at his clothes. It's a lot of stuff through it. I'm saying this is just only the beginning.
Yeah.
But as far as like what happened is really senseless. I'm saying hopefully justice will be made. I'm praying on it. But I know he in a better place, and it is what it is.
I think it's
Wow.
amazing that you're here, that you're strong enough, and that you want to tell the truth, some truths to it. It's amazing to me.
Like radio and music has always been an outlet for me. I'm saying. If Phil ain't tell you, I was like the co-host. Like, if you heard the song, that was me on that song. with
Yeah,
him.
that was
Yeah,
Cali
so-
War in the building, y'all. Cali War in the building. Absolutely. It's like I was telling you the other day, Cali War, man. It's kind of like, to me, it's unbelievable. It's just hard to believe. And I always, I remember an incident that happened, right? I was at a party. I know you remember this. I was at a party, and you remember the dude got killed at the party? The DJ.
Been in so many different incidents like that. Like
Yeah, he got, make a long story short, he got killed in the party, man. Rest in peace. He got killed at the party. So it happened, and just before it happened, I had just walked outside. The dudes ran in. They got into a confrontation, shot the guy, ran out, ran past this, whatever they ran, hopped in the car or whatever. And I'm still standing outside, and it's just unbelievable because the dude really in that joint dead. And it's like, I ain't believing it. I'm like, man, nah, he ain't dead in that joint. Everybody running outside. I'm still right there. I'm like, nah, I heard the shots, the 3 shots and everything. And I'm like, nah, he not. That's how surreal it was to me. I'm like, nah, until I really settled down, and thought about it. I'm like, Slim, I just walked out and they just went in there and killed this dude and ran out the joint. And that's how unbelievable it was until I actually like went to the funeral, went to everything, because I still couldn't believe, like, how could you come in this man folks' house and do this? And it's supposed to be family, the people that did it. You feel what I'm saying? And that's the same thing with this situation with seeing Lil Cordell. I'm just thinking in my head, him coming to the studio, you know what I'm saying, football, him in his football uniform. I'm like 13 years old. It's like, it's just unbelievable. Like 13, you don't think like he lost his life, he's not living anymore. It's just unbelievable. He's just so young. And we expect a older person to say, okay, and you know how younger people look at the older generation, oh, they old, they this, they that, and you know, we look at it like their sickness or this has happened or that has happened. And we can pretty much accept it more. We even say it, and we can pretty much accept it more when it's like that. But when it's like, it's just no closure. And that's what I'm saying at the end of the day. And this shit pisses me off because it's like in DC, some of these laws is just dumb as, excuse my French, fuck. Seriously.
Yeah.
How is a 13-year-old get shot in the head by a youth with the gun that's in the home with the adult? The police get there and the gun is gone. No one is arrested or anything. This is what the paperwork is saying. This is what it's saying in the media right now. And that's why I'm telling you in the car county, we're on our way over here, man. Like now, you have a purpose. I mean, we all have a purpose, but now you really have a purpose. This is something that you gotta fight for. You gotta go along with Karan Blake, granddad, his parents, and everybody else, Makai Wilson, all of them, man. All of them, champ. I forgot the little girl on MLK, the 6-year-old Zakaya. Right? Yeah, I think Zakaya. So many, is just so many to name, man. So many to name.
One that happened in front of the liquor store, right?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, I remember.
The 4-year-old playing with a gun, shoots herself. Several adults in the home. Police get there, the gun is gone. Nobody's arrested. 4 years old, shoots herself, thinking it was a toy. And that's what I'm saying, man. I think, like, on some real shit, and I sit back and I think, how do those other people really, they sit back and they look at the news and see that we're always on it, and they see that week after week and month after month, you know what I mean? It's always black people and youth in Ward 8 and Ward 7 because they have school teachers and we have lawyers that come to this area and work. But they live in Rockville, they live in Wheaton. And to them, it's just to help the community. That's how a lot of those teachers feel, because I've spoken to them. It's like, I just want to help. You know, it's urban, it's part of the culture. They just want to be. Then you have some that live in D.C. But how are they really looking at us as a community for real, for real? Wow, honey, how does a kid get a gun? The gun wasn't in the case. It wasn't locked up because they do shit the right way. And then they got these laws now where, yeah, you can go get these gun licenses to carry, but it's still laws behind that too. Like the guy with Karan Blake just turned himself in, Jason Williams. I kept looking at this guy, and I'm like, man, he do something at go-go. And guess what, Callaway? Nico. Shout out to Nico, man. It's been years. You remember Nico? You remember, right? Win DC Radio, Iverson Mall.
Yeah.
When I first started. Shout out to Nico, man. If he's listening. Shout out to Nico. But he had came on, and the guy, man, 41-year-old Jason Williams, man, turned himself in for Karan Blake murder. And he actually is on, I guess, one of their hottest shows on that network as a podcaster. And I knew I had seen him. I'm like, I'm always seeing this guy somewhere, Go-Go's and all that stuff. And apparently shot at the car that Karan Blake was in with the other two guys. And they were allegedly out there with flashlights trying to break into cars. But everybody is like, why did you shoot and kill him? Then he had pleaded for his life. So yeah, I know you know what you see and hear on the news. Mm-hmm.
but I don't know. I don't know.
in
No.
full detail, but you gotta understand, like, all this stuff going on, it's like you don't know. Like, I look at both sides, like, wrong is wrong. Like, I don't think it was cool for him or it was good for him to, like, shoot him or whatever. But, like, bro, for, like, the whole 2022 and up to now, all these carjackings, people getting gun points to their head, women, people ain't saying that. It's 4:30 in the morning, he out here breaking into somebody's car. You don't know that man was up at 4:30 in his house exercising. He don't know what the heck going on. He could hear somebody saying, please, please. He don't know what it is. I'm saying, like, I'm not going to defend it in any type of way. I don't respect it in any type of way. But you got to think, you don't know if that man been carjacked before. You don't know if it was his wife's car or you don't know if his wife, what if his wife had to go to work at 5 o'clock in the morning? They out there chipping his stuff up at 4:45 in the morning. What if his wife would have came out there or something like that? These youngers got guns now. You see what just happened? Not to be funny.
Your take on this?
I mean, that's tough. I mean, it's property damage. So I as soon as I didn't know anything of, I didn't know any details, but what I had heard initially is property damage, and I think I must have told a friend of mine, he going to jail. I mean, it's property. It's nothing. And I 100% understand, because you don't know what a person has been through, what they're going through. You don't know what his mindset was. But it was property damage at the end of the day, and it's a kid, and you knew from just the onset of it, I was like, he's going to jail.
Allegedly,
I got y'all in the comments. We coming right at y'all.
Oh yeah.
We got some comments, y'all. When I first heard this story, I'm going to be honest with you guys. When I first heard the story, Cali Boy, that was my attitude. Oh man, 4 in the morning, he out here in somebody's driveway. And my whole thing, I'm quite sure he got a gun on him. So I know, they got guns and no telling what they trying to break in the house. They doing this, woo, 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 woo. This is what happens. Then I'm like, damn, it's messed up. It's a 13-year-old.
Yeah.
Then when everything comes out, the details come out, and I got to change my mind.
Yeah.
Especially him pleading for his life. So at the end of the day, as a guy that's involved in a community, Department of Public Works, I mean, you think? I mean, I'm gonna be. Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. You're gonna think about these things, and it sounds like he had the time to think about it because he shot at the car first. So you got time. Hold up.
Oh, so yeah.
It wasn't random, so it was. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, see, I didn't know any of that.
Yeah,
I think you had some time to. Right. Right.
That's almost the impression.
Right.
Yeah,
Exactly.
That's my impression.
That was my.
I'm thinking like he peeked out and he
Right.
up and then bow 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 like to send some shots and this stuff probably to scam or some stuff and he got killed. But man,
Like Ron can't talk. You ever heard his side? And then the thing was, he wasn't. Damn, I forgot the reason why they say he wasn't arrested soon as it had happened or whatever. But he turned himself in now. So, yeah, I think he's going to jail.
My opinion.
Yeah. Metro, man. What y'all think about Metro? Let me ask you, Paul, man. I'm gonna ask you this right, man. Because everybody looking for something Metro accessible, man, right? When they purchasing these homes, right? They don't want to drive, especially in the city. They want maybe they can ride a bike or a scooter, maybe walk or not far for a Lyft or Uber to go. But these Metro stations ain't safe either.
And
I mean, as far as when you doing what you doing, right? I mean, I know you say I'm not really involved in that part of it, but just as your opinion, even with you speaking with realtors, and we're gonna get into the thing that you do on Wednesdays down there, and even with the realtors and the things that you may hear as far as people buying homes.
Yeah, I mean, people buy homes for all kinds of reasons, in location is like the biggest thing in real estate. And some people want to be close to the metro for just that reason. If you need to commute downtown, or commute, you don't happen to want to drive your car, don't want the wear and tear, don't have a car, you may want to be close to a metro station. And you're right. Yeah. I mean, people. Then you got to walk.
Yeah.
You got to walk to your car, and it's never that close unless you're at the metro at 5 a.m. You know, I mean that's a tough question, brother. I mean, I think it's the
Metro.
question:
But I
would
mean,
you do it, or would you buy near Metro?
I'm gonna keep it real with you. If I got to take Metro, I'm taking Metro. Like where I'm at right now, Oxon Hill, where I'm at in that area. I love that side of town. People always ask me, they always like, man, it be a lot going on. I'm like, man, nah, not in my little box where I'm at. I'm cool.
Yeah.
Car breakdown, Metro right there. It's a Giant right there. It's a convenience store. It's a 7-Eleven. It's the tobacco store. It's the liquor store.
you got
It's
everything
so
you need.
many stores. It's even a little library. 18-minute walk.
Got an oasis.
I gotta get some books. Hey, y'all, we're gonna go to some comments, man. We're gonna hop into the missing segment, man. I got them not right now, few minutes, but it's 3 rappers. I don't know if you guys have heard about this, man, that's missing from Detroit.
Oh, Detroit,
And it's
yeah,
going into the 3rd week.
Wow.
What happened? She says, Shatima, one of my followers. Shout out to Shatima Williams, man. She also be rocking a Phocuz shirt. She said, what happened to your son, Callie? Well, I think she may be a tuning a little later. You can just briefly, she said, what happened to your son?
He was accidentally shot. But I'm not going to really get into details about that right now.
I need his information. Paul Lancaster. That's someone very special. She's trying to buy a home, by the
Oh,
way.
absolutely. Absolutely, sis.
Chance, what's happening, Chance? You already know what it is. Lender information, okay?
Oh, yeah.
But a pecan is tuned in. Crystal Porter, you already know what it is. Way back to school days. We have a card right here. Paul Lancaster, senior loan officer. And y'all already know what it is. I'll definitely take a picture and post it on my Facebook page. I wish I was on your show. I wish I was on your show today, bro. Hey, son, come on, man. You up, son. Anytime, man. Every Thursday, y'all. Y'all already know what it is, man. Aaron Lee, man. We like this, like my bro, man. We go way back like Cadillacs, and that's real talk, like real talk. So, son, you already know what it is, man. You already welcome. He already supposed to have stole his teacher's car before that. Yeah, son. And even we're speaking on Karan Blake, and one thing. Speaking on Karan Blake, and one thing his mom actually came out and made the statement today, and that was brought up. Yeah, he was out at 4 in the morning. Yeah, he had run-ins with the law before. He was only 13 years old. And I think even I reported Karan Blake missing on my show before, but he was found, you know. And like she said, yeah, our kids are not perfect, and we can talk to them till they are blue in the face. Still going to go their own way, go their own route. And she said he still didn't deserve to lose his life by the hands of 41-year-old Jason Williams. So,
But how about the fact that, kids make mistakes and then they grow up to be adults who may become great members of society? You remember that book, The Pact, about those 4 brothers? I think they were in brothers. Yeah, they were. They all became doctors. I think they were from New Jersey, or 4 black kids, and they made a pact with each other. And I think at least one of them, I made my daughter read it when she was in like high school, middle school. I think one of them went to reform school or something. So kids would be kids, but they all became doctors. They made a pact with each other, and they're like a couple of them were doctors, a couple of them were dentists or something. But I mean, I saw another picture of a gentleman who was a doctor. But when you flash back to him at 16, you might have crossed over the. You walking down the street, you might have went on the other side of the street. But that was him as a kid.
right.
He even said, I made my mistakes, and now he's a doctor. But he got a chance to rectify, move on through life, make his mistakes, bump his head. Hopefully in his head bumping, he doesn't hurt anybody else. Really, you can hurt your car. Car can be replaced. It's an inconvenience for me as a car owner. I don't want nobody to come steal my car.
Yeah.
But it's an inconvenience.
Right.
If a kid, but then he grows up, 5 years later, I'd love to hear his success story. Hey, I'm sorry, that was me. But this is me now. He didn't have a chance to do that. You know, you never know what he would have become.
Exactly.
You know, so.
Wow. Yo, y'all already know what it is, man. Your host with the most, man. Phocuz Radio. We have Paul Lancaster, who's graced the stage, and also Calvin Kylie Woe Lewis, the father of Cordell Williams, 13 years old, who lost his life to senseless gun violence. Youth playing with the handgun. Y'all already know what it is, man. Y'all know what we do right here on Phocuz Radio, y'all. We're going to go right into the missing segment. And what I do, show the flies of the missing people and something unique that we can definitely, identify the missing person if we see them. And some of these people, some of these cases are cold cases. Some of these cases have been two to 3 days. Some of these cases may have been reported just 24 hours ago. So we're going to hop right into it. Also, Sincere Thomas. For Sincere Thomas, I've been showing his flyer. This is the 3rd time I've shown his flyer on Phocuz Radio, and the reason being because he is still missing. So that's Sincere Thomas. He is missing from the 1500 block of 2nd Street Southwest. He's been missing since Monday, June the 16th, 2023. And he was reported missing at 9 p.m. And I want to say this is a football outfit that he has on, played for the Wolverines. Was last seen wearing an orange hooded sweatshirt and black jeans and black boots. Sincere, something about him would be his name. Missing from the 1200 block of Sims Place Northeast on Monday, January 16th. Sincere. We go to Leslie Urazar. Leslie Urazar, 3700 block of New Hampshire Avenue Northwest. Missing since Friday, January 27th, 2023. Reported at 3:30 p.m. MPD is seeking the public's assistance in locating 16-year-old Leslie, who was last seen in the 3700 block of New Hampshire Avenue Northwest. She's described as a Hispanic female, light complexion, 5'5" in height, 145 pounds, brown hair, blonde highlights, brown eyes. Last seen wearing a black hooded sweater and black pants. Hispanic, Leslie Urazar, Hispanic. Next, we have Gail Florine Butler. Actually a cold case. Missing since April the 23rd, 1997. 2700 block of Bruce Place Southeast. It was reported at 9 a.m. in the morning. Gail Butler was 50 years of age at the time that she went missing. Once again, 2700 block of Bruce Place. 1997. Black female with light complexion, 5'1" in height, 150 pounds, black hair, brown eyes. Her clothing description is unknown. Gary Johnson Sr., 200 block of 54th Street, Thursday, January 26, 2023. MPD needs your help. 61-year-old. Locating him, Gary Johnson Sr. Last seen in the 200 block of 54th Street Southeast, January the 26th, 2023. Incident was reported 3 days later, the 29th of January. Described as a black male, 5 feet, 6 inches tall, 130 pounds, brown hair, and brown eyes. Last seen wearing a blue long sleeve, two-tone shirt, blue jeans, black Skechers shoes. Last seen operating a 1999 Azusa Trooper, bearing DC tag, G as in girl, M as in man, 6737. Of course, the unique thing about this case, ladies and gentlemen, the Azusa. You already know it's old school. It's a Trooper. It's 1999. The tag number is GM6737. A Zuzi Trooper. That's will be with the most unique thing. If you were to see this vehicle, that may be Mr. Gary Johnson Sr. And like I say, this is almost, 6 days now, I want to say. So, Gary Johnson Sr. We have Keith Jones, 4300 block of Iowa Avenue, Northwest. Friday, January the 27th, 2023, 3 p.m. MPD needs your help locating the 34-year-old who was last seen in the 4300 block of Iowa Avenue, uptown, y'all, once again. A black male, 6 feet, 2 inches in height, 180 pounds, black hair, brown eyes. Last seen wearing a red shirt, tan pants, colorful shoes. Something unique would be the colorful shoes, a red shirt. Here he is. Just a unique look. You couldn't, for real, like that smile. Just a unique look right here with Mr. Jones, man. So you would know who Mr. Jones is. Next up, we have, I'm going to say Mika, and she spells that different, Carrollton. It's spelled M-I-C-A-H. She's 14 years old, who was last seen in the 2700 block of Bowen Road, Southeast, on Friday, January the 27th, 2023. MPD needs your help in locating her. Reported missing 3:30 p.m., and she's described as a black female, medium complexion, 5 feet, 4 inches in height, 150 pounds, orange hair, brown eyes. Last seen wearing a blue coat, blue jeans, a small black purse. One thing is the orange hair. The other thing is this glass. This picture shows her wearing glasses. Could have changed, but I'm showing you the last picture. Also, like I tell you, I give these tips, man, so y'all can know. Reporting missing people, please have a recent picture. Please report if there's any drug abuse, alcohol abuse, mental abuse, sexual abuse, anything with your missing loved one so the police can look for those signs when reporting, man. You got to keep it real. You got to, man. You know, a lot of people, we don't want to live in our truth. We don't want to live in our truth with our youth. I'm just going to keep it real with you. We want to hide this. We want to hide that. You know what I mean? And most of the time, why are they missing? I mean, I ain't blaming. I'm just saying. Why are they missing? You feel me? So at the end of the day, man, sometimes we got to take a look at ourselves in the mirror. You know, and in Karan Blake's case, his mom did say she did not know that young man had left the house and he was outside at 4 a.m, which may be true. Any more? Jeffrey Wilkerson, 300 block of 50th Street Southeast, missing since Tuesday, September 13th, 2022. I think I showed him before, but still missing. 165 pounds, short black hair, brown eyes, the unique mustache. That's how I talked about him before. Medium complexion. Clothing description is unknown. We go to 3 rappers, y'all, missing from Detroit, Michigan. Here are the 3 rappers here. I don't have much time. But Amani Kelly, 28 years old, they were riding with him. They were going to go do a show, and the show was canceled. And once they left the establishment, they were not seen from again. The car was found. The phone was disconnected, cut off, no signs of the 3. We have Amani Kelly, 28, Dante Whitaker, 31, Montoya Givens, 31. All associates were supposed to perform at a club in Detroit on January 21st. According to Michael McGinnis, commander of Major